Hello! Happy Gavin McKenna Day. Oh, man. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm pumped. How's everyone doing? I wanted to go live a little while before. We're like 30 minutes early. I wanted to get everybody in here and fired up. I need a roll call. This is the most important attendance of the year. Who is present? I see that Thomas. I'm taking attendance. I see Thomas is here. Thomas here. Check. Early. Good. Holt. It's the day, fellas. Let's go. Holt is here. Tommy Salami. I'm gonna puke. Ah! It is the 2026 NHL Draft Lottery. Our Chicago Blackhawks are guaranteed a top 4 pick, but we are moments away, less than, probably 45 minutes away from finding out exactly what that pick is. Oh, man. Hello. Oh, my sweet girlfriend is here. Present. Check. Brianna. Good. Sergeant Baloney, good. Welcome in. All right. Let me pull up sources. All right, we got some of the names up here, some of the potential names. I've been seeing a lot of talk on Twitter today about, if you're at 3 or 4, you're getting a good player. This isn't a year that, I don't agree with that nonsense at all. I think the Blackhawks desperately need an elite forward out of this draft, and I think there are only 2 clear-cut elite forwards. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I put out yesterday, doing a tape review of Chase Reed, Caleb Malhotra, Ivar Stenberg, and Gavin McKenna. I do not think that Caleb Malhotra, I can't believe people are talking about this guy like he's going to be a first-line center. That is asinine to me. Sometimes the prospect people are right, but sometimes they just pump the tires of random guys. And I think this is one of those situations where there were a couple of scouts that were high on him because of the floor and because of the defensive ability. And then everybody else just jumped on and was like, yeah, this is a potential first line center. He's not. I really don't. I think that is a serviceable matchup center. I think that is a serviceable third-line matchup center. That's what I think that is. Maybe he's a second-line center. Maybe he's a good second-line center. People are, when I criticize him, people are throwing names at me like Nick Suzuki and Leon Draisaitl. What offensive ability are people looking at that they think this kid's going to be Nick Suzuki or Leon Draisaitl? I think it is massively important for the Chicago Blackhawks to get to draft in the top 2. I think it is very important to land one of the top 2 picks tonight. I am not one of these, oh no, we're going to get a good player at 4. A defenseman, Yeah, you're going to draft a good defenseman at 4. How many fucking years are you going to have to wait for that good defenseman at 4 to help your team at the NHL level? The Blackhawks have been drafting high for 4 years in a row now. This is the 5th year. This is the 5th draft under this general manager. You can't keep putting your faith in futures assets. Gavin McKenna and Ivar Stenberg play in the NHL next year. And so, yeah, I am just vehemently against that idea that, oh, no, it's, as long as they get, they're going to be getting a good player. Yeah, they're going to be getting a good player at 4. Yes, They're getting a good player at 4. That applies to other teams. That doesn't apply to the Chicago Blackhawks, where the Chicago Blackhawks are at in their rebuild. We're not hoping for 4 here. 4 doesn't do much for us right now. 4 doesn't do much for us in the next 3 years. Can I be honest with you guys? The 4th overall pick doesn't do much for you in the next 4 years. That's what I think. There's no bad outcome here. I'm pretty convinced the Blackhawks have a top forward follow them regardless. And so, you guys know how I feel about the general. You guys know I love the general. I don't agree with this take. I am not high on Malhotra like all these other people are. And I say that and I get called names on social media. What? Because I'm not just glazing this 6'2" centerman that can't skate. Sorry. I think he's a depth center. He's got a high floor. Sorry. That's my take. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Not going to lie, kind of want to see the Blackhawks win the draft lottery. Who doesn't want to see Bedard and McKenna playing together for the next decade plus? I will say I did hear John Buchagras on Frankly Hockey today say that there are several teams he's spoken to that are definitely taking McKenna, but he said that he's talked to a couple of teams that will not be taking McKenna, and that scares the shit out of me. I know what this general manager's draft history is, and I am concerned of a galaxy brain. But if you get the first overall pick, chat, and you end up going with Stenberg over McKenna, I'm not going to be thrilled, but I'll be like, okay, all right, let's get him in here next year, you know? Let's get Stenny in here next year on the second line with Anton Frendel. It's not the end of the world. If you're drafting this Malhotra cat in the top 2, I'm just I'm just saying it's a reach. I'm saying it's going to be a reach. If I end up being wrong, that's fine. I'll put my hand up and be like, oh, wow, you know? He really worked on the skating, you know? Maybe I didn't see some offensive tools there. Maybe I missed a couple of offensive tools there in the tape that I watched. I'll put my hand up. I just don't see. I don't see it. Matthews equals cancer. That was another thing that happened. Toronto hiring John Chaika. That was a selection. That was a hiring of all time. That press conference was insane. He'll be home soon. Gosh. I love how hyped everyone is for this, dude. I am fucking nervous. Gary's going to rig it for the Hawks again so that Bedard can be matched up with his lost cousin. What is that picture? A black Hawkeyan. That's funny. The worst outcome is Florida winning and the Sharks getting second. Yeah, that probably is the worst outcome. If Hawks get McKenna, I'll legit ruin my favorite jeans. I'll tell you what, if the Blackhawks end up picking 1 or 2 and don't take McKenna or Stenberg, I'll eat a pair of jeans live on stream. If they drop to 3, there's an outside chance Stenberg drops. If they drop to 4, I'll do my best Kurt Cobain impression tonight. Yes, that's what I'm saying. At 3, there's hope. At 3, there's hope. I just, from what I've watched, I'm just so sold on those 2 wingers. And I dearly hope that our front office is like, I don't trust them. I don't trust them to make the simple decision. Toronto getting first, Chaika cheats. So Chaika, I heard today say that, I guess it was yesterday, say that, he doesn't plan on moving Willie or Austin Matthews. But then Austin Matthews said, there was an article that came out today or yesterday that, like, the future is still uncertain, and unless the team, like, the team has to get better for next year. Through free agency and trades, the team has to get better for next year. That's what Austin Matthews said. I don't know how the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to go about doing that with the lack of assets that they have. So I feel like there might be a little bit of a disconnect there. Like, the Leafs don't want to let go of Matthews, but does Matthews want to stay with the Toronto Maple Leafs? I don't know. Just fell to my knees in a jewel hearing Panthers 1, San Jose 2. This is on ESPN, right? I have ESPN up, and it's Sports Center, and they're talking about fucking basketball, obviously. It's all they talk about on there. Why don't they have anybody on there that knows puck? Why don't you trust them because of 2024? I have a video dropping. My editor's working on it. Hopefully, it's coming out within the next 5 days or so. I don't know. I should probably text him after the stream and see where he's at on it. But it is a complete deep dive on basically every single pick made by this general manager. I go through each draft, grade each pick, and grade each draft. It's going to be a long video. It's going to be a pretty comprehensive video, but I think it's going to be a good one. And you notice some patterns. He's drafted. When he took over in his first draft in 2022, he had a plan. He went into each draft with a plan looking for very specific criteria. And it has been the same way all the way up until last year, like even last year. So when he took over, he said they were building with speed and skill up front, and then size on the back end. Your editor, it's Raven Gasser who was the producer on Chicago Hockey Radio last year. He's my buddy. He edits videos for me every once in a while. I'm trying to have him do more for me now because he makes them look better. Anyway. Speed and skill up front, and then size in the back end. And so you see that with picks like Kevin Korchinski and Sam Rinzel, right? Not the right kind of size, in my opinion. They got tall guys, but they were looking for puck-moving defensemen with size, right? And then you look at the 2023 NHL draft, right? They pick Connor Bedard, they pick Oliver Moore, they pick Nick Lardis, they pick Roman Kanserov, right? They take a lot of guys with speed and skill. Paul Ludwinski, John Mustard, some of these other guys, like in 2023, 2024, just smaller, speedy players up front. You draft Frank Nazar, right? And then you take Artem Levshinov, second overall. And so he wanted to build from the back end to the front, so he prioritized defense first. So a lot of the defensive picks were made. He wanted to shore up the right side of the D, so he picked Levshinov in 2024, and he picked Sam Rinzel in 2023. And so he made those picks, and he prioritized those positions. And then throughout, he's prioritized the center position, right? So he's drafted prioritizing the important positions, which right shot D it's hard to get your hands on good right shot D. Center is the most important position, right? In the forward group. So he's gone after centers. After those first three drafts, after 2022, after 2023, and after 2024, he looked around. He had a lot of speed and skill up front, but he didn't have any size. So what did he do in 2025? he only drafted forwards that were above 6'2" and 200 pounds. Every single one of them. Every single one of those players taken last year in the draft were under those specific requirements, right? Because the prospect pool, the roster, didn't have enough size. So he went out. 2025, he gets Anton Frundell. He gets Vaslav Nestrasil. He gets Mason West. He gets Nathan Bain. He gets that plug on Brantford, right? He just gets a bunch of guys with size. And that was all he drafted. He didn't draft anybody that was small or skilled or anything. And so, with all that being said, what do they think this roster needs? Like, I think this roster needs an elite skill player in the top 6. That's what I think this roster needs. I think this roster needs a little bit more size, strength, meanness, grit on the back end, right? Someone who can defend around the crease, someone who can defend around the net. That's what I think. What do these guys think? Because I wouldn't be surprised if these guys think they hit the home run with fucking Sam Rinzel and Kevin Korchinski and Artem Levshinov, you know? Rinzel and Levshinov both taking big steps this offseason. We gotta hope. We gotta hope. And I think they can, and I think they will. But, at least Demidov is in the playoff. Demidov is playing just fine in the playoffs. He looks consistently dangerous. Lee, we still have time. All we need to do is make a human sacrifice in order to guarantee first overall. Someone just needs to get Andre Burakovsky. I have a weird feeling that they won't take Gavin McKenna first overall. Are y'all unable to access the draft lottery on ESPN? I don't know how that's going to work. What time is it? What time is it? Who would you give up to trade to the top 2? I don't know who would trade out of the top 2. Who would trade out of the top 2? Florida? Who would trade out of the top 2, chat? I don't know who the hell would trade out of the top 2. No one ever trades out of the top 2. You have the second overall selection. Why would you, No one ever does it. Need a high top-end winger for sure, and F you pay me third, fourth liner that takes everyone's lunch money. Yeah, I think we've got a little bit of that coming in the pipeline, to be honest with you, but, that's not something you're taking at the top of the draft. And that's why I'm not taking Malhotra. That's why I'm not taking Malhotra in the top 3, because that is, to me, that is a third-line matchup, physical two-way centerman. He's gonna have a long NHL career. That's not a top 3 pick, in my estimation, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I just, from everything I've seen, I don't see first-line center upside. And what are you doing taking a second-line or a third-line center in the top 3? That is silly to me. You take that later. In the, that's a late first-round pick. Is this guy could be a third or, maybe a second-line center. UFA McCarron. Yeah, I guess. We need McKenna, probably Stenberg. Stan Bowman would trade out of the top 2 for Saad in a heartbeat. And yeah, I meant an FA, not top pick for the grit. True. UFA, Carson Soucy, Rasmus Anderson. I don't hate Rasmus Anderson. Throw a second for Hedman. Did you guys see that? That it was because of mental health. He was taking care of his mental health. I wonder what that entails. He talked about being a husband and a father. Hopefully everything's all good over there. Yeah, 10 minutes. Where I'm on. I don't know what I'm watching on SportsCenter right now. I was going to say something mean. I don't know what I'm watching on SportsCenter. Is it on SportsCenter? Willie or Waylon Guy are for sure my picks. I'm on Hulu and I can't find it. It's like it's SportsCenter's on YouTube TV. I'm just hoping that they're just gonna go to the draft lottery for me. Like I'll blow my brains out if I somehow miss this. They're talking about WWE on SportsCenter right now. We got the draft lottery in minutes, and they're talking WWE. Come on, man. ESPN is dog shit. ESPN sucks, man. I hate that, like, they have to, like, pander to ESPN and that ESPN has that much money that they still get NHL shit. Because it's like, just give it to a network that will do it right. It's like, the draft lotto's happening in 10 minutes. And here we are on SportsCenter listening to WWE. I'm listening to a bald lady talk to a WWE wrestler. Gavin McKenna, we're about to find out where Gavin McKenna's future is. You know, like, what? Just like, couldn't TNT have had this? Could TNT have had this? You know? They gotta figure out. Gary Bettman, I know he just cares about the bottom line, that flesh-eating fucking... But come on, Gary. We're 10 minutes before one of the biggest events in the sport. Talking fucking Royal Rumble. Give it to BET, Bedard Entertainment Television. Dude, I would love Bedard Entertainment Television. Should I just name the channel that? Man, if they don't get McKenna or Stenberg, I might have to change this channel name to Bedard Entertainment Television. Rig it for us, Gary. Gary, you know you want McKenna and Bedard together in Chicago. You know you want it. You know you want it. And that's another thing. So I really thought, like, leading up, if you guys heard some of my podcasts, some of the stuff I've said, kind of leading up to this moment, I was, like, I really like Ivar Stenberg. And, like, I thought that I was going to get cute in, like, my final video that I posted yesterday. I thought I was going to say that I think Stenberg's going to be the better player than McKenna. Man, those couple games I watched of Gavin McKenna, just watching every single shift, he's the best player in this draft. Don't get it twisted. Gavin McKenna is the most talented player in this draft. He can do things that very few people can do. When he has the puck, things happen every single time. He is that good. I do not care about what he does in the defensive zone. I do not care about, his back check and his effort when he turns the puck. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. If you have the option to draft Gavin McKenna, you do it, and then you build the rest around him. He is that good. He is that good. McKenna, best player. Stenberg, best fit for Hawks. I guess. Did you see the game where he had 8 points? I didn't watch that one because that's like them just pumping. The two games that I used, I watched a bit more of McKenna, but I only clipped from 2 games. And in those 2 games, he created fucking 30 scoring chances. Like, he is incredible. Guys, seriously, do not galaxy brain it. Don't galaxy brain it. Don't get it like, I love Stenberg. If you're picking one, pick Gavin McKenna. But if you're at 2 and it's Stenberg, If it's 2 and it's Stenberg, man, we're celebrating. I'm screaming. I'm screaming if it's Stenberg. If KD drafts Malhotra top 2, we ride outside the offices. If KD drafts Malhotra top 2, I am going to there's going to be the outlook on this team, on this front office from this channel will change drastically. Like I'm telling you guys all this now. I've been the positive guy. I've been the supportive guy all year long. I've been a believer. I've been the patient one. If Caleb Malhotra gets taken in the top 2, my entire tone will completely shift. I will be far more pessimistic. It will turn into a situation where I don't believe in this entire process until it happens. You are like, I won't have faith anymore. It will destroy my faith. Okay? The faith will be gone. I will have to see it with my own eyes before I say good job. No. It's not James Van Riemsdyk versus Kane for McKenna Stenberg. Stenberg is super skilled. Like, Stenberg is not some like defensively responsible. Like, that's the thing about Caleb Malhotra that everyone's fucking hyped on, is his size and his two-way ability and his positioning in the defensive zone. Ivar Stenberg is a play-driving, super high-end skill, uber talented player. Like, Stenberg is he's a dynamic offensive talent. He is, insane vision, amazing hands, fantastic at protecting the puck, amazing skater. 3 minutes and we're watching soccer. This is nuts. I'm not looking at it because I will get so pissed that I'll forget what we're doing here. I literally can't even look at the TV right now. It's that bad. Carols, 2 minutes, holy shit. Is it gonna like happen right away, Or is it gonna... Guys, I'm shitting myself. What are you watching the draft on? ESPN, YouTube TV. I'm sweating my... Why is it so hot in here? Oh, no, I'm streaming. Draft lottery in 2 minutes. Holy shit, guys. I'm sweating my nards off. I lowered the temp. It's too intense for it to be 70 degrees in my apartment. Do I have time to run one more sim? Here, I'll run a sim. Oh gosh, I gotta fucking shift this over. All right. Your roommate, dude. My pickleball roommate moved out. He moved to New York. Let's go. Second overall, we'll take it. Ivar Stenberg, get ready to learn fucking Chicago dogs. Get ready to learn about sport peppers and jardinera, buddy. That's a bang. Ah! What? This lady? Who is this lady? And why do I see the ping pong balls? Oh, Gavin McKenna. Perfect result. We'll take that. Just one. We just run one, and that's it. I'm turning up the volume a little bit on the TV. I need to hear it. Oh, my goodness. All right, predictions in chat. Predictions in chat. What? Where will the Chicago Blackhawks be picking? Predictions. Predictions. Let me put chat on the screen here. Ah, turn it up. Turn it up. I can't turn it up. 4, 3. Stop being so negative. We will pick 2. 2. Shy 2 or die. 10th? That's not possible. What do you mean 10th? 3? Gosh. Can someone have some faith? No, Brianna, no. Not 4. No. Come on, guys. Have some faith. Have some faith. You're nervy? I'm nervy, too. You got Bedard? So what? I want his cousin. I want Stenberg. We need... The Sedin sisters! Why are these two fuckers on my screen? Oh, they're the Canucks personnel. Jeez, I thought they were going to have a hand in this. I thought those two were going to have a hand in this. Oh, thank goodness. Those criminals. Look at all those Vancouver fans with Stenberg and McKenna taped on their backs. I think my dad's brother is my uncle. 8th cousin. Yeah. His 10th cousin, dude. Good. I've almost completely come around to the trade if you get 3 or 4 way of thinking. Mom calls him frickin' frack. Kyle Davidson, you little man. Come on, baby. Bucci. We got Bucci. Holy shit. Shut up. Shh. Shut up, chat. Focus. Bucci, don't monologue on my ass. I'm too anxious for a monologue, Bucci. $13.5%, baby. 13.5%. It's a lucky number. My mom would say that's a lucky number. We want Brady. What? You shut up. Sorry. Shh. Gary, do us a favor. Come on, Gary. A child? Oh, this is Matthew Schaefer with Matt Martin's daughters. I don't know if this was a good spin. It's like something that's like confusing that like everyone's always questioning and wondering about the lottery ball system, and they're like, it's so easy, a toddler can do it. And we're all like, is it that easy? So there's 5,000 different combinations. There's like 1,000 different combinations of balls, and the Hawks have like 135 that could end up being the first pick. 1934. What are our numbers? What are our numbers? I'm feeling lucky, chat. This is like gambling. This is like hitting the fucking, what's it called? The slot machine. I'm like one of those old geezers smoking a cigarette, slowly dying in a casino in Milwaukee, you know? The odds change in real time. Is it going to be like the NASDAQ? Are we going to see it going up and down? I remember it last year being very like bizarre and confusing, not really understanding what was going on. I also wasn't listening to it with volume last year. Gary doing the Leafs a favor, more likely. Fuck the Leafs. I think the Hawks drafting Levshinov in this draft. Oh my gosh, get Caleb Malhotra off my screen. Here comes a commercial. I'll lose my mind. Shitting and pissing my pants. What's up, Fox? If Gavin, there he is. He's got the Blackhawks hat in his hand. He's waiting to put it on. Gavin. Gavin. Bring him home. I'm surprised he's not in fucking West Loop, chat. Chat, I'm surprised he's not in West Loop. He's in Kelowna. He wants to be a Blackhawk so bad. Should I have a suit on? Should I have worn a suit for this? He's used to the spotlight, chat. He's used to the spotlight. Bring him to Chicago. The balls won't start rolling for like 30 minutes. You think they're gonna edge us for 30 minutes? I don't know if my heart if this is gonna take 30 minutes, I need to take a deep breath because I'm on 10 right now. Gavin McBeaver. He said he played at UConn? No way. Put your jersey on. No, I can't mix it up. I don't really wear jerseys that often. I did display just because you know how like whoever general manager, whoever they have like representing the team, they'll have like jerseys in the back. I am the Blackhawks representative with my jerseys in the back. Pick your Bedsy jersey up off the floor. It shouldn't be on the floor. That's not good luck. Yeah, I would love to see the Toronto Maple Leafs slide out of the top 5 because that will then encourage them even more to make something happen this summer. We're hoping for someone... Oh, no, we're not hoping for anyone to jump. Is that the silver lining? If someone jumps above us, they're probably jumping above Toronto. I'm drinking the same Spindrift flavor right now. Well, cheers, sweetheart. Boop. Bedard will be really happy if he plays with Cousin on the same line. Big Sharks guy here. Is it cool if we take number 2 and leave the forwards alone? No. I am preying on your team's downfall. That would be the silver lining for me if the Sharks do jump up. That means probably one of McKenna or Stenberg will still be on the table for us if we end up picking 3. Someone in chat earlier already mentioned the nightmare scenario for us Blackhawks fans is Florida and San Jose jump up and pick 1 and 2. And then we end up picking 4. Bill Daly. Look at that bald. He looks like John Pork. Who's the guy on the left? Who is this guy? Who are these characters, man? Who's the guy with the ponytail? Who is this guy? Whose uncle is that? Oh, Gary Bettman's getting his paws all over it. Come on, Gary! Grab the Blackhawks ones! Holy shit. The way this guy with the ponytail, this guy with the ponytail, the way he puts them in this machine are going to affect who we get. Is this the guy we want? Who is this guy with the ponytail? He's the official ball cupper. He's the ball handler. Oh my gosh. You can't make that shit up. Oh, it's a commercial while they're dropping the balls in? What are they thinking? What are they thinking? Why would you go to commercial now? Oh my gosh. Why would they do that? Everyone's going to be like Steven Seagal's brother. Everyone's going to be saying that it's rigged now. Oh my gosh. Holy shit, I'm lightheaded. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. He's busting out of that suit, man. Whoa. One of his suit buttons just came through the... Why am I being mean to this guy? Come on. Top 2 pick. Come on. Oh. What is this commercial? This is when you're doing it?
I'll give you $20 for that meat stick.
1 or 2, baby. 1 or 2. He's on TRT. Oh my gosh. What a time for a commercial break. Gosh. That's insane. All right, so now we're just going away. See, this is where they're putting their hands in. This is when they're manipulating it. They want it to be transparent. Just show us the whole thing. Be nice, he controls our fight. You're right. Sorry. He is a good-looking Giga Chad, and he is the perfect guy. Who is he? Who is the guy in the middle? Come on, Alex. Oh, Alex. Good button press. That was good. Good job, Alex. Oh, jeez. Look at those things bounce. Look at those things bounce. The first ball is going to be a number 8. The first ball is going to be number 8. Oh, I was about to say 7. I swear. 7. No, we fell to 9.1. Our odds dropped. We dropped. New York. It's going to be New York and Vancouver, man. Two. Oh, we stayed at 9.1. It's fucking Vancouver and New York. Seattle! Fuck! Good. Fuck you, Toronto. 9.1 still. We're living on a prayer. We have the worst odds in the top 3, of course. It's happening. No. Our odds are lower now. Come on, give us something good. An 11? What does that mean for us?
11. Now what happens? Whoa.
Oh my God, we have the same odds as 4 through 7. San Jose, are you fucking kidding me? San fucking Jose, fuck off. We have the same odds as San Jose. Fuck. Come on, please, please, please. Oh my gosh, get Mike Greer out of my mug, bro. We just have 6. We just have 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. 6. 6. Come on, spam 6 in the chat. Spam 6. A short break! A short break! What are we doing? 6, 6, 6. Why do we have the evil number? 6? We have the same odds as the San Jose Sharks. If it's 3, I'm... It's not. It's going to be 6. It's going to be 6. Good vibes. Good vibes. It's 6. It's 6. It's 6. It's 6. It's going to be 6. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Someone blow on it. Someone blow on the ball. Come on. Blow on it. Come on. Come on. 6, 6, 6. Let me get a 6. Let me get a 6. Can I get a 6? 6, 6, 6 in the back. Thank you. And the winning number is 6. Oh. I mean, this is a gutless commercial. Gary, I hope you're getting your fucking... I hope you're getting your vacation to Turks and Caicos off this, you fucking scumbag. Fucking Gary. This is gutless, this commercial right now. You got everybody on the edge of their seats. Stupid commercial. Sorry. Positive vibes. Good. This is good for the growth of the league. Money. Good. 6, 6, 6. Kyle Davidson, you look adorable. It's 6 o'clock. Good read. Good points, Reed. 13 seconds. Please, God, I don't ask for much, but this would be really, really good. Please. It's a 12. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs just got the number 1 pick in the NHL draft. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh my God, what a sham. Oh my God, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Holy shnikes, Booch! Oh my gosh, that crook. That crook that they just fucking hired.
Any good luck charm that you brought with you to the draw tonight? Sorry, can you repeat the question? I didn't hear the first part.
Oh, he didn't hear the question. Jesus. We're picking fucking 3 or 4, aren't we? Nightmare, 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 nightmare. That's unbelievable.
Great night, great lottery. The job was announced Sunday. You were officially brought to the...
And Matthews ain't leaving.
You had any chance at all to even discuss the draft?
Matthews, McKenna. Matthews and McKenna. Oh, fuck me. He ain't leaving.
Not really. We're just starting. John and me, obviously, first day.
Toronto is drafting Gavin McKenna. I mean, come on. The commercial breaks. You can't make that shit up. Ooh, what are the odds? Fucking blow me. Give me a fucking break.
All right, Mats, congratulations once again. The Toronto Maple Leafs have picked first overall twice in their history. 1985 with Wendell Clark, 2016 with Austin Matthews. Bucci?
That's right, and the draft in Buffalo, and of course, Toronto has had good luck there in the past, and you imagine the crowd.
They are so fucking lucky, those scumbags.
Toronto Maple Leafs as the first overall pick. Well, that's one drawing down, but there's another to go. There's still a chance for all these teams to move up big and get that second pick.
We still have second.
NHL draft. It's next.
Oh, they're going to another commercial so that he can put his fucking hands on it and give it to the New York Rangers, obviously. Toronto's gloating central now. Fuck the NHL and fuck Canada. What's Twitter saying? Twitter's probably a war zone.
This is wonderful news because he's sleeping well and dreaming thanks to his Aspire implant, a proven sleep apnea treatment when CPAP doesn't work. Learn more and view safety info at inspiresleep.com.
Bunch of fixed bullshit. There goes a nice trade. Yeah. They're not moving any of their players now. That just changed everything for them. Getting Gavin McKenna just changed everything for that. Like, now they have talent. Now they have skill.
Salad and soup. Choose from hundreds of pairs for whatever you're craving. Potbelly, we bring the hot.
Just wait until they see Gavin McKenna play in the defensive zone. I think they're still going to run to the podium and take him. Absolute corruption. Any chance Chaika's dumb enough to trade it? No. That's not what you do when you just get that job. Marner running back home.
Really proud to announce the three finalists. Starts with Ivan Demidov, who had 62 points, leading all rookies this year on 19.
Beckett, Seneca, Matthew Schaefer, Ivan Demidov are the Calder Trophy finalists.
Matthew Schaefer, my goodness. The first defensive
Mitch is about to go to the Western Conference Finals. Mitch is about to get the furthest he's ever been in the playoffs in year one away from Toronto.
playing over 24 and a half minutes in all 82 games for the New York Islanders. And how about Beckett, Seneca, even
Shanahan paid Gary Bettman.
for being selected him third overall in the 2024 draft.
St. Louis is getting two.
23 goals, wound up with 60 points in 82 games for the Anaheim Ducks, getting
Random.
to the playoffs since 2018. Would you
And three electric players. Only Schaefer was number one overall.
Gosh, this fucking weasel, Alex. It was his fault. Who is this guy? Who is the fucking guy with the ponytail?
Assigned to Toronto will be designed as redraws. Mr. Commissioner, let's start the second drawing for the second overall pick.
Alex, please release the four balls drawn in the first drawing.
We have the second highest chance of getting the second overall pick.
So again, the same process as the first drawing. This is for the second overall
We get it, Bucci.
for those teams at the bottom to move up.
Come on. Let's get some good numbers.
Again, 15 seconds. So again, you see the red line. All those teams above it can get to number 2. But again, the team below it can still move up big time.
Draw.
11.
Number 11.
Ball one is an 11.
15%. Vancouver's up there with 20, though. 15%. That's better than going to 9.1%.
For Vancouver, a good ball for Chicago.
It's a good ball for Chicago, baby.
Who will follow Toronto with the second overall pick?
Draw.
4.
Number 4, Bobby Orr. So it's
Bang! 19.7! Can Toronto get the second overall pick too? What are they showing?
look at Vancouver up to 21.2%.
19.
Good weekend for Vinny Viola.
Give us another good one. Give us another good one, Alex. Stroke it in that ponytail. Come on, give us a little flick of your ponytail, Alex. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's go.
Number
3.
Ball 3 is number 3. 11 for 3. Now, where do we stand?
Oh my gosh. They plummeted.
But look at San Jose.
How is Toronto?
Up to 18%. Chris
How is Toronto still...
percent. So again, 6 teams remain for a chance at the second overall pick in this summer's draft.
in San Jose is 18%? I hate this. I hate it here. We need a 6 again? Why is Toronto still... Someone explain this to me.
Seattle at 14. San Jose
What does that mean, a redraw?
taking another top 2 pick.
Thomas, please start the clock.
What does that mean? Oh, if Toronto wins, it's a redraw. Come on, Toronto. Come on, Toronto. Woo! So we're hoping for 2, 10, 12, or 6. We've got 4 numbers. 2, 10, 12, or 6. 2! Reach! Oh no, it's a 7! It's San Jose!
The Sharks are going to pick second overall at the June draft in Buffalo. Smile, Mike. It's a good night for you. And look at the watch party. Now, to make it official, Pam Kelleher and Bill Daly. Do the numbers all add up?
San Jose Sharks won the second draw of the 2026 draft lottery, and as a result, will own the second overall selection in the 2026 NHL draft, with Vancouver dropping to position number 3.
What a result. So, yes, Vancouver hoping to come in with that first pick. Offensively, they're still excellent players at number 3. But it's Toronto who goes to 1. And, Sam, we're talking to Mike Beer every year, it seems, at this thing.
The Chicago Blackhawks are picking 4th overall.
First round picks in each of the last 3 years.
San Jose.
Really, the cupboards are getting full when you
San Jose, that is so fucking gutless.
got wingers, you've got defense, you've got centers. You have a little bit of everything to select from. What are you thinking about with the San Jose Sharks and their stuff?
The San Jose Sharks are going to get a cornerstone D, and we are going to draft a third-line center. We're going to draft a third-line center. Caleb Malhotra is ass. He's ass. He's ass. And we're going to pick him, and then you're just going to go down the list. Wow, Kevin Korchinski. Wow. Artem Levshinov. Wow. Okay. Caleb Malhotra. Wow. Miss. Oh, we're going to look at best player? Fuck you. Stenberg's not getting through Vancouver at 3, by the way, for everyone like, oh, there's a silver lining, San Jose's going to pick a defenseman. No. They're going to pick Chase Reed, and then Vancouver's going to pick Stenberg.
Number 16, the Washington Capitals. At number 15, the St. Louis Blues.
We're not picking Vigo Bjork at 4. They're not going to do it. They will not pick Vigo Bjork over Caleb Malhotra. They will not do it.
12th overall selection, the St. Louis Blues, their second first-round pick, will also pick number 11.
2 picks in the top 15.
That's like almost as bad as it gets. That is almost as bad as it gets.
Florida Panthers will pick number 9.
San Jose. Oh my God. They finished just outside of a playoff spot and get the second overall pick. That is insane.
Selection number 7, Calgary Flames own position number 6. The New York Rangers
How are they winning? Like they almost got the first overall pick.
drafted at number 4. The Vancouver Canucks will be drafted at number 3. The San Jose Sharks, as we know, will be picking second. And the Toronto Maple Leafs have the first overall selection in the NHL draft.
Last time Vancouver had a top 3 pick was the Sydney Twins in 1999.
This rebuild's gonna take fucking forever. This rebuild's gonna take forever, man.
So, tonight was determined the order for this. The 2026 Upper Deck NHL Draft live from KeyBank Center in Buffalo. Round 1 in Buffalo, Friday night, June 26th in prime time. The first round on ESPN, Sportsnet, and TVA.
Looks like Hawks are tanking for the next draft. Yeah, Landon DuPont, let's go! Let's go! Hey, that's the silver lining. We'll be up high for next year's draft. Whoa! We can do this again.
Drama, such tension, and now the Toronto Maple Leafs are on the clock. Can you believe it?
Brutal, man. I just see it. I just see the Malhotra at 4 already. Like, I just see it. Like, I can make that pick. I don't see a world where Stenberg. I don't see how Stenberg gets through all 3 of those teams. And that's 2 Canadian teams. Obviously, McKenna ain't falling through all that. I knew we were drafting 4. Yeah, buddy, they have the highest odds to draft 4. You're not like, oh, I called it. They were drafting 4. Like, yeah, I said it in a video yesterday that they were drafting 4. They had the highest odds to draft 4. You didn't fucking, you're not You didn't look through your crystal ball for that one. They had a fucking 55% chance of picking fourth. Yeah, San Jose, that's so gutless, man. They're gonna be on our asses. That like solidifies it for they have the better group now. They're gonna take fucking Chase Reed. They have the better group. They have who they have in their forward core, and now they have Dickinson and like Chase Reed on the back end. Like, I can't argue in good faith that the Blackhawks' future is brighter than San Jose's. I've been able to do that this entire time. Crashing out? What a bad fan? What the fuck are you talking about? What a bad fan? Because I'm upset that we didn't win the lottery? A bad fan? Because I have more passion than you, bro? I don't, like, figure it out, bro. Okay? Have fun picking 4, dude. Yay! Yay! 4th overall pick! Yay! Woo! Woo! 4th overall! That's what I wanted! Blow me, man. More upset that the Sharks are picking 2 than us picking 4th. They're hand in hand. Chase Reed isn't that good, man. He is. He is really good. It doesn't. And even if they take someone else, even if they go, they shouldn't take Verhoff. They should take Chase Reed. I watched the Chase Reed tape. Like, I think he's really good. That's my opinion. Dude, what? What is your deal, Penguins? Is this the way you cope? I'm a bad fan? Fuck off. I don't care. Draft Bjork. They're not going to take another sub-6-foot center. Van needs a scoring winger and takes Malhotra? What? Malhotra isn't a scoring winger. Malhotra's a center. So what's your point, Lebowski, that Chase Reed isn't that good? They have their pick of the litter of all these defensemen. This is an amazing defenseman draft, and they get to pick exactly who they want. That's our fucking biggest rival. Our biggest rival gets to jump up to the 2nd overall pick and take exactly what they need. That sucks. That is terrible. He's going to conjure up something big. Doubt. Press X to doubt. Toronto's not moving any of those guys anymore. Things have changed. It's not Tree living on the way out. Matthews and Nyes are staying there. Toronto's not moving anyone. Dallas is going to keep Jason Robertson. Brady's not leaving. They're not traded, like... Maybe you trade for Thomas Harley. Maybe you trade for a defenseman. Maybe you trade for someone that Dallas needs to get rid of. We're going to get Tyler Seguin, you know? I don't... Yeah, Toronto. There's not going to be movement around Toronto's roster now. Toronto just got a godsend. Who do we most likely pick then? It's Caleb Malhotra. It's Caleb Malhotra is who it's going to be. It's either that or Carson Carrolls. It didn't set us back for years. It's just like, it didn't set us back. Like, this didn't take us backwards. It just didn't take us forwards very much at all. I don't think this pick is, and you can argue that we're getting a great player at 4. This is not taking us forward for the next, it's going to be 3 years before this takes us forward. So if you're going to say, Lee, you don't know what you're talking about, they're getting a good player at 4, sure. He's not going to be, if you're taking Caleb Malhotra, that kid is not going to be good in the NHL for 3 years. He's just not. Trade the pick and some assets for Robertson. Dallas is how? Why would Dallas let go of Robertson? He was the only one who did anything for them in the playoffs. They're more likely. I was seeing some stuff on Dallas Twitter today about maybe them trading Thomas Harley. If they're looking to trade Thomas Harley to kind of bolster their that go make that happen. Go bring Thomas Harley in. Go trade several assets for Thomas Harley. We're not drafting Malholtra. We're drafting Belchez. I would rather that. I would rather that. Who cares? We have better shit in the pipeline. Then what? Anyone but San Jose. I'm sad. Who's Brady? Brady Kachuk. That's so what if we decline from an extended season if the Hawks were better. We're still lacking one more big piece to win anything. They need an elite forward. They need an elite forward. And I was really hoping that it was going to be Gavin McKenna or Ivar Stenberg because that makes things a lot easier. You don't have to trade and take risks for that. Like, you are getting elite forward with one of those guys. Now you're not. Like, if you think... I don't know how you can look at Caleb Malholtra right now. If you are looking at Caleb Malholtra right now and saying that is going to be an elite offensive player in the NHL, you don't know what you're talking about. Anybody who says that doesn't know what they're talking about. I don't care what scout says it. That is cap. That is cap. You can say that you think he's going to be a really good two-way defensive shutdown centerman that could maybe develop some offensive. If you think that's a surefire top six piece, I think you're out of your fucking gourd. Yeah, San Jose did jump from like 10-2. Did realize how pissed I would be if San Jose got second. Yeah. It's pretty brutal, man. But look, hey, work's cut out for this guy. KD, no more luck, you know? You got your Bedsy, you know? You got Bedard. You had second overall. Then you had third. Now you have fourth. This is, you know? You're out of luck. Time to go make something happen. I don't know if you guys saw that report about Roman Kanserov. I think Kanserov's coming over here. If Roman Kanserov doesn't come over here, it's going to be because they're saying no to him. Roman Kanserov wants to come to Chicago. So, Kanserov's on the way. Kanserov is on the way. I think whoever tweeted that out, I think that was a mistranslation. Is it possible Stenberg falls to fourth? I don't think so. I mean, hey, I think we need to be pumping the Malholtra train as hard as possible for Vancouver. Maybe Vancouver takes Malholtra. Can you imagine? Vancouver takes Malholtra. Stenberg falls into our lap at 4. I can't see it, but Vancouver, they got fucked. Mikey Anderson. Look at Ben Pope response. What do you mean Ben Pope response? Biz said shocker. Let me pull this. I'm pulling up Twitter here. Quit the false hope with Stenberg slipping.
Experience amazing edge Lexus deals
He said fire Kyle Davidson. I'm dead. Oh my gosh.
So how's your retirement going?
It's great. I have to thank physicians mutual for that. They pay what Medicare doesn't. Oh my gosh, you found the
Ivor Stenberg with Macklin Celebrini.
right there.
Physicians mutual, physicians mutual.
It actually makes me want to cry.
Nah, it'll be a waddle in the park with new and improved Dawn Platinum. Now with even more.
I don't think San Jose passes Stenberg, McKenna. You might be right. You might be fucking right. They've just drafted the best player every time, you know? They've just consistently drafted the best player available. Meanwhile, we got fucking Megamind over here thinking he's smarter than everyone else. Oh, let's build with the right shot D. Right shot D are hard to find. Would have been picking 4th overall in this draft and been taking Chase Reed. If you drafted Ivan Demidov in 2024, you'd be taking Chase Reed right now, and you would be all fired up. But now you have Bedard and Frundell, and those are your only truly elite forwards. And after this draft, those are still going to be your only truly elite forwards.
This is the one who can fix nearly anything and turns to Granger, who has almost everything. Few may see him, but he's the one that keeps it all on track. The industrial grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Buying or selling a home has gotten hard. Inventory is tight and interest rates are high.
McDavid's not leaving Edmonton.
Who you work with matters. I partner with HomeLight to help our clients win in any situation. Our buyers find great deals on their dream homes, and our sellers get top dollar, even in a challenging market. HomeLight gives our clients the edge they need, and together, we all win.
Oh my gosh.
Storms bring damage. FlexSeal brings solutions. Be prepared with the products that millions trust to keep them safe, dry, and secure.
They're going to take Reed? Yeah, maybe.
FlexSeal liquid to keep everything sealed.
Maybe.
FlexSeal spray to stop all types of leaks. This storm season,
I mean, if Stenberg's available at 4, that's a fucking miracle.
products available at retailers everywhere because it works.
When expectations are high, there's no room.
Yeah, we need a big old jump from Frank Nazar. It's like losing out on that puts more pressure on the guys we have. Like, Frank Nazar needs to be a top 6 player, in a good one, you know? Nick Lardis has to be, you know, but, like, what is our top 6 going to be? Our top 6 is going to be fucking Roman Kanserov, Frank Nazar, Nick Lardis, Connor Bedard, and Anton Frundell. The Hawks make playoffs next year. You won't remember this draft. Brother, we're in the here and now. I'm not talking about this team making the playoffs next year, you know? I'm reacting to what just happened. I'm not saying, oh, you know, guys, on the bright side, yeah, I can spin and put a, you know, this is what was meant to happen. Is that what you guys want me to say? You know, this is how it was supposed to happen. We won't know, like, yeah, I could put a positive spin on it. No one wants to watch that. What, do you want me to just be happy? Like, we got fucking boned and our biggest rival just jumped from 10 to 2. That's a fucking nightmare. And I'm not describing this as anything other than a nightmare.
The number 12, the Toronto Maple Leafs have won the NHL draft lottery, and Matt Sundin is smiling ear to ear.
The Montreal Canadiens won the 2022 NHL draft.
How do you spell propaganda?
18-year-old Juraj Slafkovsky will win the Leafs' daily goal mark in his 4th season, had a hat trick and overtime goal in Game 1 of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Blackhawks had the third best odds entering the 2023 draft for winning the Connor Bedard sweepstakes.
CHGO will keep pushing how good these prospects will be. This didn't change anything about the prospects we have now. It's just like it would have been really good. It would have been really good for us to get a top 2 pick. It would have really helped things a lot. It would have given you a lot of confidence in where this thing is headed. And now it's just like there's question marks. There are. Like you have the way things are right now is like you've got several young defensemen who look like they're going to be NHLers, but they all lack a certain amount of grit and bite to them. You don't have a true number 1 defenseman, which the Florida Panthers didn't have a true number 1 defenseman, so it's not like there's no way to win, but you don't have a true number 1 defenseman. You don't have enough bite on the blue line. You're pretty small up front with nobody that seems to be truly elite besides Connor Bedard and Anton Frundell. Now, that could change. Like, Nick Lardis could be an all-star. Roman Kantarov could be an all-star. Frank Nazar could be an all-star. Those things are all true, and they've been true, and none of that changes. But at the same time, you don't have any surefire things in your top 6. You don't. Outside of Connor Bedard and Anton Frundell, you do not have any surefire things in your top 6. You're still waiting on Nestrasil. Mason West was a complete hack. You're pretty undersized up front. You need another play driver. You need another elite talent on this team. You do. You need another elite talent up front. You need to get bigger up front. You need to get stronger on the back end. You don't have anybody truly elite on the back end. You've got a great goaltender. You've got goaltending figured out. But it's like there are still, guys, I have been the most positive guy about this team all year long. So I don't want anybody to tell me that I'm, being over dramatic. I'm just telling you how it is. I fucking spend all day thinking about this team. There are still holes in this team. And I don't think the 4th overall pick is plugging any of those holes over the next 2, probably 3 years. I don't think a 4th overall pick is doing any of that for you. You maybe don't have a true second line center unless you're going to put Frundell there. But if you're going to play Frundell at first line center, who do you have on the first line? Who are your wingers on the first line? Are you going to play, is Connor Bedard and Frank Nazar a long-term solution on the first line? Maybe. But we didn't even watch it. We didn't even see it enough this year. Hey guys, I'm just calling balls and strikes. I'm just telling you how it is. You guys, if you guys don't want to hear the negative shit, then, go fucking, I don't know, go watch, I don't know. I don't even know who would be, pumped right now. They're showing this fucking Nate McKinnon interview with Eric Johnson. This thing came out 2 months ago, bro. Trade up? You're not trading up. None of those teams, which of those teams would trade down? None of those teams are trading down. Nobody ever trades out of the top 3. It just never happens. Let's go and try to get Nyes. Nyes is not leaving. Why would Toronto trade Why would Toronto trade any of their top players? They just got Gavin McKenna. Like that, they have more offense. You play Gavin McKenna with Austin Matthews. And then you've got, Nyes, Tavares, and Nylander on the second line. It's like that. It changes for them. Why would Toronto let go of any of those players? They're not going to. Chaika, this guy they just hired, literally got asked yesterday on Real Kipper and Bourne, and he said he did not have any plans to trade any of those elite players. Don't fantasize about Toronto players anymore. Don't do it. I was doing it earlier. I'm not doing that anymore. Let's get realistic. It's not happening. San Jose might trade down if they want Reed. No. No. I don't. If you think San Jose is gonna San Jose, our biggest rivals, there are big emerging rivals. You think they're gonna do us favors? I don't think San Jose is looking to do the Chicago Blackhawks any favors. And then is that what you want to do? Do you want to give up big pieces to San Jose, your biggest rival? Do you want to give a player that you drafted to your biggest rival that you're going to be meeting in the playoffs every year? Why? Just so that they can fuck us every single time they see us in the playoffs? And have us circled on the calendar even more? I wouldn't want to do that. We're picking at 4, man. We're picking at 4. We're trading it for a piece. But, you know. I'm going to start pushing some Thomas Harley propaganda. If you get Thomas Harley, that changes things for the blue line. All of a sudden, if you get Thomas Harley, you know. Our only hope is San Jose. Well, it's not just you're hoping that San Jose takes a D. You're hoping that San Jose takes a D and then Vancouver also takes Malhotra. So you're hoping for 2 things. You're like hitting a parlay. You're praying on a plus 1,200 parlay right now. It could happen. But I'm not going to be sitting around making videos about how I hope that San Jose takes a defenseman and then Vancouver takes a big center. You know? Our pipeline is all third, fourth liners. That's not true. That's not true. It's a lot of second and third liners. There's no rivalry between ass teams. Come on, bro. Get your head out of your ass. There's no rivalry between ass teams. Come on, bro. Back-to-back first overall picks, just because they're not good yet doesn't mean that there's not rivalry. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Come on. Hawks aren't getting Stenberg. OMG. Bame, Pridham, ring a bell. Those guys lit up the league. They lit up the CHL. They lit up the CHL. They lit up the CHL. Let's pump the brakes. Like, I'm not projecting Bame and Pridham as first-line players. I'm not doing that. I'm going to have to see that before it happens. F. St. Louis, random stray. It sucks. But shit's going to happen this summer. Now I feel like, I don't know. Now I feel like they got to make something happen this summer, you know?
It's my trash. Introducing Febreze Trash Odor Fighter. It reduces trash odors, replacing them with 45.
I'm going to mauled. I am going to get so pissed when I see all these Blackhawks people positive spinning this on Twitter. It's going to make me sick to my stomach. It's going to make me... Yes, tell me more how it's a good thing that we're getting a third-line depth for, a third-line depth center. A big 2-way penalty-killing center at 4. And our biggest rival jumped up to the second overhaul and is fulfilling their biggest positional need. Spin that more for me. It's great. It's going to be good. Yeah, perfect. I'm glad this happened. I am glad this happened. There's a lot of pending UFAs, but not many of them are going to hit the open market. Just pick smart, that's all. You need an elite scorer. You need an elite an elite offensive player. You need some grit on defense. You don't have an elite defender. You can say that you think Artie will be. That's great. There's nothing yet that makes you know for sure that is going to happen. There's nothing that we've seen. that should make you think Artie is going to be a bona fide number one defenseman. He has the potential to be, but don't operate under the pretense that that is going to happen. You should be operating under the sense that that is probably not going to happen, and so we got to figure out other things now. And then if he does blossom, then that's a good problem to have. Taylor Hall, don't be getting gushy over Taylor Hall, man. He's in this Carolina system. Anybody would be good in that Carolina system. You could have me playing on the third line, and I would score a couple of goals in the playoffs. Sharks will get Stenberg. That would be weird. Chicago equal crybaby. Chicago equal crybaby. Okay, loser. Lots of people say it's rigged every year, so what? Oof. Justin Bourne. Yeah, see, this is... Nightmare. I think it's more likely that the Sharks take a defenseman. Who's your pick if we keep it? If McKenna, Stenberg, and Reed are all gone? I got to watch more tape. I got to watch more Carroll's tape. I got to watch more Smith's tape. I got to watch Belchez. I got to watch Bjork. But... Wow. Crybaby. Are you 12 years old? Sharks are taking Stenberg McKenna? No, they're not. McKenna is not... Toronto is taking Gavin McKenna. And that'll be pretty sick. Like, I am so much more upset about San Jose than I am Toronto getting McKenna, to be honest with you guys. I am. But it's probably going to be Malhotra. Like, I was concerned that Malhotra would be the pick at 2. He's a Brantford Bulldog player. He's a Thule two-way centerman. I just don't think he has much offensive upside. That is my complaint. I think that is maybe a 40-point two-way matchup centerman. That's what I think Caleb Malhotra is. And I think that's who we're going to draft at 2nd overall, or at 4th overall. Because then if you take him, and if he can play second-line center, then you can put Frundell on the wing with Bedard. Because they were using Frundell as a matchup center. At the end of the year, the final 8 games, whatever, after Frundell played those 1 or 2 games on the wing with Connor Bedard, he was used as a matchup centerman with Ilya Mikheyev and Tyler Bertuzzi. They will draft Caleb Malhotra and use him in that role and put Frundell on the wing. It does give you a little bit more what's it called? It gives you more options. That's what the Malhotra pick does. So that's what I think they're going to do. Because it gives you the ability to put Frundell on the wing with Bedard. But I think you're hoping for Malhotra to be like a good enough offensive player to be like, yeah, this is our second line center. You can't have your second line being a shutdown line. I agree. And then maybe that's what maybe he is just a third line, exactly what I project him to be. And then maybe you just re-sign Ilya Mikheyev, put him on Caleb Malholtra's wing, and then Frank Nazar's your 2C. Malhotra moves Frendell and Nazar both to wing. Yeah, he could. He could. Malhotra could move Frendell and Nazar both to the wing because then Oliver Moore's your 3C. But then, yeah, I don't know. That's going to be the pick, guys. And I'm going to put out this draft, this Kyle Davidson draft deep dive soon. And I think after you see that and some of the points I make in that, I think it'll be quite clear that that's what he's going to be looking to do with this pick. So. What would you say is the biggest pull of the Blackhawks then, being an original 6 team, having Bedard and promising future? Yeah, I mean, Chicago is one of the best cities on the planet. Chicago's gotten ranked like the second best city in the world for like 3 years in a row. Like, Chicago's an amazing city, original 6 franchise, big market, but not like the Canadian markets where you're just getting suffocated by media. You can have your privacy still. It's like the best of both worlds. It's an electric atmosphere in the playoffs. They've got good history. And yeah, you're playing with Connor Bedard. It's a bright future. There still is a draw to come to Chicago, but I think the team's going to have to be doing well. Where I think we're going to be looking to add, and I've been having these thoughts kind of the past week or two, is like, I think this team is going to be able to bring in more at the trade deadline next year rather than this summer, honestly. And so we just got to hope. We're putting all of our faith in these guys that we have already. We need these guys to make steps. And I said this a few moments ago, and I'll say it again. Not getting an elite player, an elite offensive player here, it now puts more pressure on the guys you already have to be the guys. Like, we need a big jump from Frank Nazar. We can't have inconsistent, injury-ridden Frank Nazar next year. We need Frank Nazar to be close to a point-per-game player next year. Connor Bedard has to score 100 points next year and stay healthy. Nick Lardis needs to score 20 goals. You need Roman Kanserov to be an impact player at the NHL. Anton Frendell is going to have to be very good next year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Bjork, man. From what we've seen this general manager do, I get that some of you guys might be really high on Bjork. I can almost say in confidence there's no way he gets drafted by us. I agree, you'll have a better idea of what you have and what you need at the trade deadline. And just teams might be more willing to, get rid of stuff. And hopefully, God willing, man, we're looking to buy next trade deadline, Because then we'll have, guess what, guys? We have 3 first-round picks next year. And I don't want to fucking use a single one of them. Damn it. I don't want to use a single one of them bitches. Trade them all. And teams at the trade deadline are more often looking for draft picks than teams, in the summer. I feel like that. I don't know if that's statistically true. I just that's a hunch.
When you love your dog like crazy, you make sure their food is delicious, just like yours. Caesar, love like crazy.
Room for 6 full-size passions. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience. It's a car that stops short of amazing. Make it a place you'll never forget.
You need bad years from Edmonton, Dallas, and Florida again.
Coming on Saturday. I'm strapped for cash.
You got to hope Jason Robertson asks for a lot of money. Go trade for Thomas Harley. Let me see if I can find this tweet, actually.
Make money easily with no selling fees on Depop. Download now.
Builds. Breathes.
Reasons to trade Harley. He will never get number 1 minutes with Miro on the team. He is at best a 50-point second pair D-man at best with Miro on the team. He's making number 1 D-man money, 10.6. His NMC does not, his no movement clause does not kick in for a few more years. We need more cap space for Robo this year. We would be able to go big fish hunting in 2027. His 4 Nations / Olympics PR around the league is ridiculous. Our left D already has Hiskinen, Lindell, and Bichelle. 1Ds are a hot commodity and would be a 1D on at least a dozen teams. We could get a future-setting haul for him. Go get a 3D in futures for him. Puts us right back in the pre-Moose asset situation. Shore up depth, can afford a D upgrade like Murphy. No Mav worries. Maybe a lower end mix, mid 6 wing. Suddenly in 2027 we can use Sagan's $10 million to add another star player as a no tax contender. Ty Delandria was our next captain. I can't talk about next year's draft picks. I don't do that. That's not something I'm going to be doing right now with anyone. That's certainly not what I'm doing right now. I'm not talking about drafting next year. I don't want to use 1 first round pick. I don't want to use a single pick next year. I don't want to draft any players. Oh my fucking... This was when this general manager took over. Look how many guys here. Look how many guys here. Look how many guys here. In the past 4 years, and guess what? We're going to have fucking... How many picks do we have? How many picks do we have this year? Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, is this second round pick? Is this the first pick of the second round this year? Is this pick 33? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks this year. We're adding 8 to this number. We're adding 8 to this, to what we already have. I'm not talking about draft picks next year. Guess what? If you haven't been able to find it in the past 5 fucking drafts, you're not going to find it next year. All right? This general manager doesn't get another fucking draft after this year. All right? Let me tell you that much right now. Go after Thomas Harley. All of a sudden, your blue line goes from uh-oh to let's go. You got to get better. I'm doing my part. You guys better be doing your part of spreading this propaganda. Malhotra, 3rd overall. The draft lotto only affects the first round. Good. That's great news. That's fantastic fucking news. Good. What's Chief? Let's listen to friend of the program, Barstool Chief.
Trying to make that market not have to go through a rebuild, one of the most important markets. Gary did it again.
Friend of the program, Barstool Chief. Let's listen to what he has to say. He's going to be coming on the channel within the next few weeks. Charlie Romeliotis is also going to be coming on the channel within the next couple weeks. But let's listen to what friend of the program, Barstool Chief, has to say.
All right, the lottery happened. It's rigged again. Toronto gets their choice.
Atletico Madrid shirt on. Okay.
McKenna or Stenberg, trying to make that market not have to go through a rebuild, one of the most important markets. Gary did it again. Not going to convince me otherwise. Hawks are picking 4th. I don't know what they do.
Just scored.
I would think that McKenna, Stenberg, Reed, probably all gone. I could see San Jose going defenseman, but it doesn't matter. Those 2 wingers, McKenna, Stenberg, not going to get past Vancouver. I would imagine. So then you're looking at probably Carson Karls. Left shot defenseman, you're looking at Verhoff, and you're looking at Malhotra. Are you convinced Bedard and Frondell are centers? Do you want to draft a 3rd center? Big question. Are you convinced Renzel and Levshunov turn into top 4 right shot D? Then you probably take Karls, but it is worst case scenario is picking 4th. That's where we are. A lot of decisions. Maybe they end up trading it. Who knows? But crazy. Unfortunate that the Hawks don't get that pick. We'll do a spaces here coming up soon.
Nightmare.
All right.
I need to get on this space.
Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily see the Sharks taking Chase Reed 2nd. I mean, they could if they think he can do everything, and like that's very possible. They're not taking Verhoff 2nd. I think that's a little too high because you have to be way more patient with that. And I think the Sharks are trying
and
to.
And now Kirill has answered. This game is drunk already, just like game 1. Sorry, keep going.
I think the Sharks are trying to get in.
All right, that's enough of that. Yeah, well, it's probably going to be Malhotra. I'd be shocked if they trade the pick. Because it's like, what are you getting? What are you getting right now? What kind of player are you getting right now for the 4th overall pick? You know? Who's available? Like, I feel like Toronto is one of the main trading partners. Can you get Thomas Harley for the 4th overall pick? I would trade the 4th overall pick for Thomas Harley. I'll do that. I'm honestly not interested in them taking any more mid right-hand D. Yeah, I don't think right shot D is. I don't know if you guys watched my my tape review yesterday. I did say that I thought Reed was the 3rd best player in the draft. I wouldn't take him. This video right here. This guy right here. I would not take Chase Reed. You can't just keep waiting for these right shot defensemen to develop. Like, we're still waiting on Sam Rinzel and Artem Levshinov. Like, we still don't know what kind of defenseman they're going to be. I don't think you can do that again. I think you got to take a forward here, and I think it's going to be Malhotra. Hey, a 1-2 with Bedsy and Malhotra kicking Frundell to the wing sounds decent. It sounds decent because you're kicking Frundell to the wing with Connor Bedard. I don't think Malhotra is going to be a point-per-game centerman. Like, I don't think Malhotra is going to be a high-end point scorer in the National Hockey League. And I think it's going to, like, I don't think he's going to have one season at college and then be ready to make the transition. Like, I don't even think he'll be ready in a year, if I'm being honest with you. So, yes, is it nice because it frees you up? Gives you the ability to play Frundell and Nazar on the wing? Yeah. And that's probably what you... Guys, honestly, that's probably what you got to do now. If you're not going to bring in an elite player, you probably need to kick Nazar and Frundell to the wings. You probably have to do that. We cannot pick 3 times in the first next year. No, you got to move those. You got to move those picks for players. Malhotra plays like that Vlasic. Malhotra is he's a bigger guy. He's physical. Like, he does hit people. He's weak on his skates. Like, he falls over all the time. He's good at taking contact along the wall, but I don't think he's good at doing it in open ice. You know? His acceleration is not there. I don't see, like, the hands. I don't see, like, an offensive package. Like, I don't think his shot is, like, insane. I don't think any of his offensive abilities are, like, that far above average for it to be a good... But we're going to... I don't know. It'll be nice to have Frundell play on Connor Bedard's wing. That'll be nice. That'll be really nice. It doesn't matter for next year, though. because Caleb Malholtra's not playing in the NHL next year, you know? And he might not even be playing in the NHL the year after that. And if he is, he's probably not going to be super, you know? He's not going to be elite. He's not going to be, like, really good in 2 years. Malhotra is 2 years away minimum. We can't run this team back. Get ready to. Get ready to. Get ready to. Something could happen in the summer. Something could happen in the summer. Maybe you just short it up for now. Maybe you just add a couple of depth pieces for now on really short deals. I was just hoping for something. And this is not just like me as a fan, like wanting something to be excited over. It's like also for my channel. Like this, like, if people aren't excited, my channel doesn't do as well. Like, that's why people, like, grilling me for getting super upset about this. It's like, this is what I'm trying to do. This is, like, my career. Like, the Blackhawks getting Gavin McKenna or Ivar Stenberg would have made people really damn excited to watch next year. That would be really good for me. So, like, for, yeah, Penguin, you being on my ass still. It's like, we are not the same, you and I. Like, you do not get it. So does Bedard and Nazar fall over all over the ice? Yeah, exactly. So do we want another guy falling all over the ice? Do we want Bedard, Nazar, and Malhotra just falling over all the time? It's like, oh, this prospect has a weakness that other players in our lineup have the same weakness. Who cares? It's like, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, they would have, Mobius, they would have been the elite wingers. They would have been the elite winger. Connor Bedard drove play and did it on his own and produced like at a 90-point pace this year with Ryan Green and Andre Burakovsky. He'd do it again next year. Only difference is next year you would have had Frundell plus Stenberg or Frundell plus McKenna. And then that would have been crazy production that you didn't have last year. You know what I'm saying there? And now this doesn't improve anything for next year. This does, fourth overall does nothing for next year. I trade fourth and a first and next year first to San Jose. But that's the thing. Can I be honest with you guys? Like, I don't even know if they were that high on Gavin McKenna. Like, maybe they really like Stenberg. But, like, Kyle Davidson might be like, this is fine. We're going to get Malhotra here at 4. The guy we wanted. You know? Like, I could see that being the case. We need to go for a shutdown defenseman. You're not picking a shutdown defenseman at 4th overall. That's not something you'd do. Just like how I don't think you should go for a third line matchup center at 3rd overall. Kirill Marchenko for 4th. That now you're speaking my fucking language. Now you're speaking my language, mister. Oh no, not Colorado. What's Columbus's? Oh, CBJ. Now you're talking my language, talking about trading 4th overall for Kirill Marchenko. This is the shit I want to hear from you guys. These are the ideas we need to be tossing around. All right, let's get creative here. All right, let's get a little creative. That's the creativity I want to hear. Where is he? Oh my gosh, this guy's getting paid $3.85 for another year. Jesus, Lou. Colorado just scored again. Jeepers. So many fucking goals in the series. I didn't even see Minnesota score. Fourth plus Slaggert for Kirill. Leafs are already standing at the podium. Oh my gosh. Fourth for Dastu and Dominic James. Oh my gosh. All right, that's creative. When is Mason West going to Rich AHL ice? He's playing at Michigan State for the next 2 years, probably. I doubt Columbus would go for that deal. They don't have enough. You know, they missed on their Caden Lindstrom pick. Like, their group is like, they're not all super, like, Fantilli's young. It's not like the bulk of their lineup is young, you know? It's not like the bulk of this lineup is young. They got, like, a few of these guys, like Sillinger and Kent Johnson, but, like, neither of those guys are, like, even have played consistently in the top 6 for them, you know? Like, it's not like big players in their lineup are young. And Dmitry Voronkov did not work out under Rick Bowness. He did not finish the year well for them. That's maybe a guy you can get. That's a big boy, Dmitry Voronkov. He's not a great skater, but he's big and he can shoot. But that's maybe a guy you can get, but you're not giving up 4th overall for Dmitry Voronkov. Yeah, like Provorov's 29, Marinsky's 28, Fabro 27. Like they're not a young team. But I don't know. Marchenko's only 25, Voronkov's 25. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe I'd think about it. I think Kirill Marchenko's really good. And who else? Who else? Edmonton's will be late next year. Rutherford stepping down after draft. Interesting. They are so poop. Drake Batherson for 4th overall. I don't know if that's worth it either. Is Ottawa looking to get worse next year, you know? Is Ottawa looking to get worse next year? Because that's what trading Drake Batherson for the 4th overall pick does, is it makes you worse next year. You need to trade it for a good player for a team that is trying to get younger. Kanserov Badarov, Marchenko. Sign me up. I was DMing with Roman Kanserov today. He wants to come to Chicago. So I don't know what that post was about Kanserov. Like, it said Kanserov doesn't know if he's coming to Chicago next year. I think that was a translation thing because he hasn't met with Kyle Davidson yet. He told me today that he was meeting with KD this week. So I would imagine that means hopefully within the next week or the next 2 weeks, news about that will happen. I should make a video about it because I got the inside scoop from him. Yossi is on Nashville. If they lose Kachuk, they will be worse. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he's looking to... I don't know. You were talking with them? Yeah, I DM'd him on Instagram. I DM'd him earlier in the year after I made a video about him. And I've DM'd him a couple times, like after he had nice goals and stuff. But yeah, he said he's meeting with GM this week. I told him, I Google translated into Russian that he'd be a good duo with Bedard and that we need him in the bumper on the power play. Bedard texted me he's been working on his abs. Ooh la la. I'm so dead. Inside scoops. New Elliot Friedman. LA's in Nightmare Land. We could trade something for Byfield. Now that's one. I'd rather Quentin Byfield than this Caleb Malhotra. But, like, I don't think LA has any plans of rebuilding. But with that being said, I also don't know if they see Quentin Byfield as, like... I feel like they don't value him. Yossi? Yeah, we don't need... I don't want a guy on the, on the final 2 holes of his career. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to go for a defenseman, I want them to be in, like, late 20s or, like, 30. Avs and Wild are going at it again right now. I know, it's above me. I haven't been really watching. I'm not going to stream the game. I'm just doing Blackhawks talk and future talk. Avs are the blueprint. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, the Avs had the superstars, and then they moved Mikko Rantanen, and then they got Marty Necas, and Marty Necas is incredible. And then they went out and they gave up assets for Brock Nelson, and then they did it again to get back Nazem Kadri. It's like you need like the pieces before you're going out and getting Brock Nelsons or Kadris. You need the guys that, like, get you to the dance. And I still think we need an elite player in the top 6, like a bona fide, surefire elite player in the top 6. When will Merrick Van Acker play? I think Merrick Van Acker is like a third-line depth scorer. I don't think Merrick Van Acker is going to be like a top 6 solution. Did you guys see that? I don't know if any of you pay attention to the OHL. I don't really very much. Brantford just choked. They were up fucking 3-1 against the Barrie Colts. In their series in the OHL, they were up 3-1 and choked 3 games in a row. Meanwhile, Blackhawks fans are double wristing Malhotra and Van Acker. These guys are choking away 3-1 playoff wins or playoff series. Like, oh, great. Yes, good. Good. Harley or Chikrin more realistic? I think Harley is. Because Dallas is cap strapped. They have to pay Jason Robertson. Dallas has to pay Jason Robertson, and Jason Robertson ain't going to take no discount. What does Jason Robertson owe anyone? Jason Robertson's kind of just got shafted his whole career. He's going to get his money. Let's pull up. I'll pull up Dallas's books. So they got 11.1 to work with projected next year. They're gonna give fucking Jason Robertson 12 and a half, maybe 12, maybe just a flat 12. And they're going to have to re-sign some other players too. You know? If you have all your, Nico making 12, Jason Robertson making 12, Tyler Seguin making 9.8 for another year, Rope Hintz making 8.4, Wyatt Johnson making 8.4, Duchesne 4.5. It's like you're kind of cap strapped. Thomas Harley making 10.5. Making more than Miro Heiskanen. It makes sense to trade him. And then all of a sudden, Vlasic, Harley, and Kaiser on the left side ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. I don't think Vancouver wants to retain any of Elias Pettersson's salary. We want Robert Thomas. Robertson ain't getting traded to us. We're not getting Robertson. But maybe they look to move Thomas Harley. That's a fucking big contract. My buddy's dad is the assistant coach of the Leafs. I'll do my part in trying to get them to trade us the number 1 for Pridham and number 4. Thank you. Thank you for doing your part, Dalla House. We appreciate you, Shoulder. Left-handed shot, not left side. Huh? Lefty, left shot, Thomas Harley. Yeah. They've also got Esa Lindell, Miro Heiskanen. Oh, yeah, and Bichel's a lefty. They should trade Thomas Harley. That guy was cooking on Twitter. Let's see if people are talking shit to me. Why is Ovi ratioing me, man? What the fuck? Stop ratioing me, Ovi. Oh, caps lock. KD 10-year plan. Harley would be a perfect fit for us. I agree. Fourth and Burke for Johnston. Power play merchant, Wyatt Johnston. I'm not, guys, we're not just like talking about anybody, like Dallas is just looking to trade anybody. It does make the most sense for Thomas Harley to get traded. You've got 3 guys here that they play that are lefties that can play on the left side. They could move Thomas Harley. They really could. Wyatt Johnston plays first line center for them. You know? I don't think they're going to be looking to move Wyatt Johnston. Buratraski. Sharks are going to take Stenberg and trade their other first round pick and Eklund for another prospect for Harley. Dude, if we see a San Jose masterclass this summer, like moving assets for like stuff like that to happen, I am going to be so miserable. If we just sit here on our fucking hands, just, we really believe in the guys we have. Let's go through some realistic trades for Harley. First of all, let's start with the 4th overall pick. I think that is a pretty damn good start. I think that's a pretty damn good start. 4th overall plus Oliver Moore. Do they need a guy on the right side? Yeah. They kind of need a right shot D. Fourth overall, Sam Renzel for Thomas Harley. I think they need... What did this guy say in the tweet? Go like this tweet. We need to spread the propaganda. Go get a 3rd D in futures for him. Fourth overall in either Kaiser or Crevier for him. I'm doing it. Or Renzel. I'm doing it. Guys, you'd keep Renzel. Guys, this is a 24-year-old defenseman. This guy is fully in our window. This kid is younger than I am. This kid's going to be amazing for a decade. This is not some like 29-year-old defenseman we're taking. This is a 24-year-old number 1 defenseman. He's better than... Renzel is never going to be as good as fucking Thomas Harley. Let's get size. I don't think he's small, brother. I don't think Thomas Harley's a small cookie. Jeez. That's not... Thomas Harley is 6'3", 214 pounds. If you guys can't see and you don't believe me, let's make this bigger. Thomas Harley is 6'3", 214 pounds. I never heard of Harley. Well, you don't know ball. You don't know ball if you've never heard of Thomas Harley. He's like the best Canadian defenseman outside of Cale Makar. If you don't know Thomas Harley, that is a you thing. Trust me, he's better than Sam Rinzel. Sam Rinzel's never going to have that kind of size. Sam Rinzel is built like a fucking... You know who Sam Rinzel's built like? I'll show you who Sam Rinzel's built like. Sam Rinzel's built like cinnamon. All right, Thomas Harley's a big boy. Really, my bad. Why are you screaming at me? Yeah, Thomas Harley's a really good defenseman. The Blackhawks do not have anybody as good as Thomas Harley on the blue line. And I don't think it's like... He felt like the tree you lean against to poop when in the woods. That's heinous. Dude, Tobbs. You're a beast, Tobbs. I needed you today, man. I needed you. Hoping they trade the pick. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, I'd consider trading it. I think they're gonna take that Malhotra fella though, if I had to guess. But maybe you go get a Thomas Harley. Carson Carrolls, Daxon Rudolph, Chase Reed, Verhoff, and maybe one or two other D-men with size and play at 4 unless they fall in love with one of the centers. I would rather Thomas Harley than any of those defensemen because Thomas Harley is already proven he can be a number 1 defenseman. You know, he is all there's no 3-year waiting period for development. He's 24 years old. That's like Malhotra's trash, man. I'm not high on him either, Tobbs. I'm not high on him either. But he if you get him, it enables you to move Frundell and possibly Frank Nazar to the wings, which is good. Lee, ever notice you can tell the draft bust because they don't have a hockey name? Well, Malhotra's a pretty good hockey name. His dad was literally, we need Malhotra. Blackhawks were a 3C from a cup this year. Blackhawks were a 3C from a cup this year. That's good. We have 15 150-pound prospects. Please get a top player somehow. I think people are sleeping on Kanserov bigly. Yeah, I think Kanserov's going to be good. But you can't project him as like a bona fide, top-line player yet. We don't know. You don't know until you see it. It's not like a guarantee. I'm not high on Malhotra, and I'm always high. Uh-oh, that's not good. It's not a good sign. This guy's always high, and he's not high on Malhotra. Wow. This is for all Hawks fans that thought losing will pay off. Now it is time to forget about that nonsense. Losing is for losers. Anyone see PK soup cans outfits he's been wearing? Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love PK's drip. I love that it gets all this attention. PK is the perfect person to have on these shows. I love PK Subban. I need to start rocking crazy shit on streams. I know it's a small chance Steinberg falls, but who would have thought Demidov goes 5? It's different. It was because of the Russian situation, you know? Kanserov is signing, right? How long does it usually take them to sign? I was talking to him today. I think he wants to come to Chicago. He wants to come to Chicago next year. I think they just haven't met yet, and I think they're doing that this week. So I do believe Kanserov is going to sign. And if he doesn't, to be honest with you, I think it's because of Kyle Davidson doesn't sign him. The Leafs have missed playoffs twice in the last 10 years. Both years they've gotten the first overall pick. That's insane. Start dressing like PK? I know. I might just start wearing OD ridiculous suits. Stenberg isn't falling past San Jose. They just got gifted on a silver platter. They need a defenseman, man. They do not have elite futures on the blue line. He won't sign until June 1st at the earliest. KHL contract is through May 31st. Yeah, but the report has come out yet that the report that came out this past week was that he didn't know if he was coming or not, and I think that's because they have not met yet. The Leafs have missed the playoffs twice in the last 10 years. Oh, I already read that. His contract is up 31, so he can't sign until then. It's not about him signing. It's just about, like, there being an announcement that he's going to, you know. KD better lock in. Yeah. He will. He's coming. Kanserov's coming to Chicago. Don't worry. San Jose will draft best player available. We'll see. Thing is, when you draft best player available in the first few years of your rebuild, as you're transitioning out of your rebuild, you don't have to draft BPA anymore, and then you can draft positional need. That should have always been the mentality. That's like my big gripe, whether it works out or not for the Blackhawks. I think you should have drafted best player available at the top of the draft. You shouldn't have put all these filters, all this criteria for the type of player you're looking for. You should have drafted the most talented player at the top of the draft early on in the rebuild. And then you should draft for positional need with your later picks, especially if you can consistently hit on picks in the second, third, and fourth rounds like this general manager can. That's when you should have been looking for a positional need. With your top 10 picks, you should have been drafting the best player available every single time. Hawks need more first round picks. Do we trade Bedard for picks? Let's do it. Let's trade Bedard for picks. Kanserov and Artie connection going to go crazy. They can talk Russian with each other. Kanserov, Lardis, Moore, Nazar, Bedard, Frendel, top 6, looking pretty small. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to add Brady Tkachuk, but Brady Tkachuk would be the perfect type of player to add to this group for sure. We have 2 first-round picks next year. No, we have 3. We have 3 first-round picks next year. Deep V-neck and heavy chains will do Lee just fine. True. Maybe that's my style. They did with Bedard, I guess. Frendel was also best player available. Bedard was the first overall pick in a slam dunk. Frendel was like in hindsight, I'm really happy with that pick, but like I wanted Porter Martone. I didn't want Anton Frendel. I wanted Porter Martone last year. And like but it's not even just with the first overall pick. It's like draft picks like Oliver Moore and Sasha Boisvert. Like some of the guys that were still on the board that went a couple picks after, it's like, ugh. But it was like that Oliver Moore draft. They just wanted speed and skill. And if the player wasn't super fast, they were like, eh. They only were drafting for speed. And then last year, they were only drafting for size. I think when you're going into a draft and looking for a common trait in every single one of your players, I think you're setting yourself up for failure. And that's kind of my thesis of my big draft video that I'm putting out hopefully soon. It's getting edited right now. But Frendell, Nutty is better suited for NHL than Bedard's. Why are you... Stop typing in all caps. You're having typos. Porter would have been the right choice too, not going to lie. No, I'm happy with Frendell. I am happy with Frendell. Hey, sometimes, a fucking broken clock is right twice a day. Is that what they say? I'm happy with the Frendell pick, but I think it's just the Artie one is so bad. It's so bad because it's so easy to look at that and be like, well, you could have Ivan Demidov right now, and then you could be drafting Chase Reed or fucking Keaton Verhoff or, isn't that Daxon Rudolph a right D too? Like, I think you'd be more comfortable with where you're at right now. And then Kevin Korchinski, I think, was just kind of like a miss. I just think he hasn't developed the way they hoped he would. Ben Johnson would have taken Demidov. Yeah, he would have. Brady Tkachuk is going to get moved at the deadline or next offseason, right? He's not re-signing with Ottawa. I don't know. It's not going to happen this summer. I think he's going to stay there. I think we can prey on Ottawa's downfall this year. I think we could prey on Ottawa's downfall at the start of the year and hope they struggle. Hope Ottawa does bad at the start of the year. We can prey on their downfall, and then maybe he becomes available at the deadline or something. But as of right now, I think Brady's staying in Ottawa. That's what he's said. We sorely needed elite right-hand D, and RD seemed like the right choice. No. We had just drafted Sam Rinzel the year before. We needed everything. It's not like we needed a right D as much as more than we needed an elite forward. We needed everything. We needed elite forwards. We needed elite centers. We needed elite right D. We needed elite left. We needed talent everywhere. The whole it's not like our forward group was figured out in 2024, because guess what? We're still drafting forwards. Last year in 2025, all we drafted was forwards. Okay? So it is not like we had the top six figured out and we just really needed a right D, and so Artie was the pick. That's not the situation. That's the situation with San Jose now. Now San Jose's in a situation where they really need right D, because guess what? Everything else is elite. They've got Dickinson, who I think is on the left side. I think Dickinson's on the left side. They've got that stacked forward core. They've got their top six basically mapped out for the future. All right? Now San Jose desperately needs a right-hand D. That statement is true for San Jose right now. The Chicago Blackhawks needed everything when they drafted Artem Levshunov, but Kyle Davidson went in his plan when he took over this job. He said, I am going to draft these positions first. He said, I guarantee you, he was like, we are going to prioritize right shot D. We are going to prioritize the blue line as a whole, but with more emphasis on the right side. We are going to prioritize the center position. That's why we have 9 fucking centers. We have 8 centers under the age of 22 years old. We have 8 of them. I can go down the list. I know every single one of their names. We have 8 centers, right? Drafted Rinzel in 2023 in the first round. Drafted Korchinski in the first round in 2022. And then what did he do? He went back to the well in 2024 and drafted the right shot D again, because he wanted to build from the back. And so by doing that, what he did was he prioritized the D because he said, "Oh, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to draft the D first because D take longer to develop." It was a good plan on paper. It's just not. Best player available just beats it out. Turns out, if you just draft the best player, it beats out having a good plan. It makes sense to draft D in a rebuild first. Like, on paper, that's a great idea because it takes longer for them to develop. But if you just kind of draft as you go and plug the holes along the way, turns out you might end up with more talented players. You know? If KD trades for a legit top winger, then I'm fine with him picking another D-man. If my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike. You know. We drafted that many centers because you can easily transition to them to wingers if needed. Yeah, but now you're in a position where you don't have any elite wingers. You're in a situation where you have Oliver Moore, who fans like to project as a top-line winger. Oliver Moore has, if it wasn't abundantly clear to everybody, Oliver Moore plays significantly better at the center position than he does on the wing. Significantly better. It's like night and day. Frank Nazar plays better at the center position than he does on the wing. Roman Kanserov plays better at the center position than he does on the wing. You've got these guys who are playing their unfavorable. You're gonna have, and that's what your top six is gonna consist of. A bunch of guys in their non-preferred position. Is that sick? Are we all pumped? Should I be pumped about that? Oh, at least we've got 8 guys that can play the center position. None of them are wingers. None of them play their best hockey on the wing. I disagree with that philosophy. I disagree with that philosophy as a whole. If Minnesota gets through fucking Colorado, I am so fucking done of hearing that shit about centers, man. If Minnesota gets through Colorado, who does Minnesota have down the middle? They have Ryan Hartman playing in their top 6. They have fucking, what is it, Jakob Trenin and Eriksson Ek? But guess what? They're stacked on the blue line and they're stacked on the wings. They've got 2 of the best wingers in the world. There's not just one way to win. Get the most talented players. I'd rather Matt Boldy than insert fucking center. There's always the 2030 center draft with RJ Celebrini. He's coming up. Great. Trennan is a beast in shell. Elite Hartman. That's why we should get Bjork, best player. You could draft Bjork. You could draft Bjork in this spot if you weren't just going into the draft in 22, 23, only looking for speedy skill guys. Then you could draft Bjork because you'd be like, oh, we've drafted guys with size over the past 4 years. You know, we've got variations. We've got different things. We've like drafted the same player. We've like drafted the same player every single year. 2025, it was like, let's just draft big guys now. KD equals fail. It's too early. It's too early. I'm not saying that. I just don't love I don't love the draft philosophy. I don't. The video's coming out. It's like an hour long. It's going to be an hour long. It's going to be really good, I hope. There's going to be highlights of every single player, including guys that are playing in the OHL, all these prospects. There's going to be highlights of all of them. It's going to be a good video. CHGO being fake positive. The more you look around the league, the more you realize our rebuild is pretty average compared to teams that are far ahead of us. Well, some teams like Montreal, they're a couple years ahead because they started before us, you know? They were kind of building behind these early pieces in like 2020, you know? So Montreal's further ahead, but Montreal has done it flawlessly. Montreal didn't bat when Cole Caulfield fell into their laps. They weren't like, "Oh, a small undersized winger." They were like, "Oh, this guy's a fucking stud. We're going to draft him." Montreal wasn't like, "Oh no, we can't use our top 15 pick on an undersized goal scorer. What if he didn't?" They were like, "No, this kid's talented. Yoink, we'll take him." You know? When Lane Hudson fell into their lap, they weren't like, "Oh no, we need to build with size on the back end." Chat, we need size on the back end. We can't take Lane Hudson, who was available, by the way, when you drafted Sam Rinzel. No, they didn't. Size. Oh no, he's not big. Lane Hudson's not big. There's only one way to win, and that's with big D. You can't win with small mobile D. I've never heard of Quinn Hughes before. You can't win with small mobile D. So we're going to pass on him. They drafted Lane Hudson, you know? Then when an elite winger like Ivan Demidov falls in your lap, you don't pass up on him. You take him. There they go. They took Demidov. Montreal, just like the way they drafted is just like everything I want my favorite team to do. It's like take the best fucking player. You got to take risks. Is it a risk to draft Lane Hudson? Yes. Is it a risk to draft Ivan Demidov because he's Russian in the state of Russia? It might take a long time for him to come over. Who knows if he'll want to sign? He's in the KHL. It's going to be difficult. If you're scared to take a chance, you're not going to get rich, all right? You can't live your entire life free from risk. You got to take a risk. You're not going to achieve anything if you're not willing to take a risk. Safe. Let's just go for the safe. Let's get the safe right shot D. Let's get the safe tall mobile D. Let's get the safe projectable two-way centerman 4th overall. You know? Let's just get the safe, you know? Sasha Boisvert, you know? Let's get these safe picks. Let's just go for the safe options. Makes me fucking sick, man. Isn't Lev supposed to be a risk? No, he was less of a risk. He was less of a risk than Demidov was. He was considered the second best player in that draft. Do you guys not remember all that Levshinov pre-draft hype? It's like all the scouts were like, "Oh, this is a really big mobile right shot defenseman that can affect all the areas of the ice." And I'm not even, like, I think Artem Levshinov still has a ton of potential. Like, I think he does. I'm way higher on fucking Artem Levshinov than I am on Sam Rinzel or Kevin Korchinski. But, like, Ivan Demidov scored 60 fucking points this year, man. That sucks. That sucks. That's what he did in his rookie year, was 60 points. The worst he's going to be is 63 points. That sucks. All right? That sucks. Lev was all over the place in analyst lists. I remember Hawks fans screaming he was, after it came out, Chicago was high on him. Morning of the draft, everyone else. Oh, Colorado just scored again. Yeah, here, let me pull this up, actually. Let me pull this video up. All right. Right. It's got to be said, tomorrow's a big day. The 2024 NHL draft. My Chicago Blackhawks have the number 2 overall selection. And this is a message for Kyle Davidson, the general manager of the Chicago Blackhawks. Everybody in the Blackhawks organization, from the top, bottom, listen, there is a right answer tomorrow. And that right answer is playing in Russia. He's not playing at Michigan State. He's not playing in North America. His name is Ivan Demidov. Okay? I know what Kyle's thinking. He sees a 6'2", 205 defenseman, shoots right. I don't give a fuck about that, Kyle. You know who else is 6'2", 205 and a righty? Me. I am. You don't even have to draft me. You can just bring me over if you want. Don't waste a second overall selection trying to plug a hole in your roster. You take the player with the highest ceiling. It's not difficult. Please don't overthink it. Take the best possible player. We all know who it is. If you take Levshinov, you're saying Korchinski isn't going to be a number 1. Just, God, you have 80 million defensemen in the pipeline. Trade a couple of them for a righty. Fuck. All right. This was before I was doing this shit, you know? This was before I was even talking about it regularly on the internet. Like, you know, this is not me talking in hindsight. That was me on draft day in 2024. You know? Like, it sucks. And it was like at the time they had even more left shot D. So, yeah, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because I see this happening. Like, I see the Malhotra pick. Trying not to wake up the neighborhood. Yeah, I was scared. I kept my voice down. I was quiet. It was midday. I wasn't going to be screaming like I am in my room. They traded Nolan Allen. Yeah. Nolan Allen. They had, like, Isaac Phillips at the time. You know, Del Mastro. And all these guys were younger. Kaiser was younger. Vlasic was younger. You know. You had just drafted Sam Rinzel the year before. Kevin Korchinski, we were still hoping was going to be like a top-end D-man. Yeah, like at the time. I just like... And like, look, I don't think that video is going to age worse. Like, you know, like even if Artie does get really... Like, even if Artie does turn in like a true first-pairing defenseman, Demidov is incredible. He's not like a skill player like McKenna that like kind of takes off shifts and is, you know, disengaged in his own zone. Like, Ivan Demidov has an insane motor. That's probably his best trait, is how hard he works. You know? He's going to be so good. He's going to be a 100-point scoring winger that grinds like a third liner. That's what Ivan Demidov is. Like, we're not seeing peak Ivan Demidov this year. Like, yes, I think Artem Levshinov's going to get better. I think Ivan Demidov's going to get better. Elite skills not being used right now. How's your bracket doing? Not great. Not great, Matt Martin. Matt Martin, shout out to your daughters for explaining the draft lotto. I did laundry and smoke. What pick are we? We're 4th overall. Nightmare. 4th overall. NHL. You should have never smoked that shit. Now the Chicago Blackhawks are picking 4th overall. NHL GMs love centermen and defensemen. Yeah, and right shot defensemen specifically. Bjork has that motor. Everyone wanted Demidov. LOL, that was an obvious pick. And KD made the mistake of going for positional need instead of best player available. Okay. Stenberg is falling to 4. Maybe Maybe if I'm gonna put out a new tape review of Caleb Melholtzer talking about how good he is, and I'm going to put a bunch of hashtags on it that are Vancouver related. I think that video will only continue to age like fine wine. Levshunov was 42. Let's fix that first. Demidov is an elite two-way player, and most people haven't caught on. Bruh, I know. It's brutal. It's brutal. It was his and Reed, our biggest rival right now, the San Jose Sharks. They were in the 10th spot. They were supposed to be picking around 10. They won the second lottery. They are picking second overall. So they jumped us. So it's as bad as it gets. May end up with higher years than Bedard on that electric team. I think Bedard is going to start putting up 115-point seasons here very soon. But like he's going to be up there. He's going to be up there. Demidov is going to be up there, you know. Korch could break out this season and everything could be fine. And I could get $1 billion and grow a huge schlong, you know. Are we holding our breath for it? It could happen. It could happen. I could stumble on $1 billion this year, you know. That could happen. Technically speaking, it is true. It could happen. I'm going to watch this Harley guy for you from Dallas and get back to you. Stop yelling at me. But watch the tape. Yeah, go watch Thomas Harley. Watch Thomas Harley at the Four Nations or the Olympics. Or for Dallas all year. Here's the good news. We need to be done picking top 5. Next year, we need to make a move and hopefully stay healthy. Health will be a big thing. I think this team is going to improve from staying healthy and being a year older alone. Are we acting like you were the only one demanding Demidov at that draft? Every Hawks fan I saw online was expecting Demidov on that day. I don't think anyone's acting like that, bro. I don't know why you're so self-conscious about that. I don't think anybody in this chat said that I was the only one who said that the Blackhawks should draft Demidov. I'm just explaining my reasoning and how my reasoning has been consistent for 2 years. And that my statement about drafting best player available instead of positional need at the top of the draft is my point now, and it was my point back then, and it looks to be right. That's all, bro. I don't know why you're getting so upset, Four Feathers Nation. Artie doesn't need steroids. Give them to Rinzel and Korch. Yeah, Artie's a brick shit house. I wish Rinzel and Korch were built like Levshunov. You can't keep drafting all these defensemen in the first round and have them all be question marks year after year. I agree, Jack. So grow that 12-incher. This is Demidov's second year in the playoffs, and he almost eliminated Tampa multiple times. Korch couldn't break out of a wet paper bag. San Jose native, I just woke up from my slumber. How did the draft lottery go? Don't make me hurt myself. Next season draft is deeper, which is good for the Hawks. Fuck off. I cannot give Lee $1 billion so he can buy a team. Oh my gosh, dude. If I was in charge of the Blackhawks, shit would be different. Yeah, you'd have cup holders. You'd be getting bobbleheads once a week. We wouldn't be doing this galaxy brain nonsense in the draft. Okay, we would actually be trying to bring in major talent. All right, we wouldn't be falling in love with middle sixers that we drafted in rounds 2 through 4. We'd be willing to move them for NHL ready pieces. What else would we be doing? What else would I be doing? Yeah, I think just the in-game experience would be better if I was the owner. I'd try to inspire more of a European soccer kind of atmosphere in the stadium. I'd encourage tailgatings before games. I'd have the fans doing chants like European fans. I'd make the United Center the hardest place to play in the NHL. I would eat, if I was a billionaire, I'm eating it. I'm eating, like, I'm not trying to milk this thing for money. I'm trying to make it the best possible product and team in the world. I'm not selling my soul to fucking CHSN to make it cost $20. I'm doing whatever I can to make it free to watch. And we're going to make our money through the gate. We're going to have sellouts every single day because I am making sure that every single person with a TV in Chicagoland can watch Connor Bedard. All right. And I'll pay for it. I'll lose the money because I'm the billionaire. So I'll lose the money for it. I'll pay for it. I know that'll hurt. That'll hurt in the short term because the TV deals, we make money off TV deals. But guess what? I'm prioritizing fan experience and the growth of the fan base. The NHL is booming right now. The league is growing. More eyes and more fans are coming to the league. I am making sure that every single possible new fan is watching my team because it's free to watch. All right. And then what is that going to result in? More sales at the gate, more jersey sales. All right. And in the food's going to be better at the United Center. Oh my gosh. Like, we're going to hire more people to work the concession stand. I cannot be missing 5 minutes of period 2 because I'm sitting in a line for 20 minutes with my dad getting fucking chicken tenders. Okay, so that's gonna change. We're gonna be running those concession stands like the fucking Navy. It's gonna be in and out, and guess what? There's gonna be snack deals. There's gonna be drink deals. There's gonna be $1 hot dogs. There's gonna be $2 bottles of water. All right, no Kalshi money. No, we'll put a couple ads. Come on, we got to make money somehow. We'll put a couple ads. All right, we're gonna have a couple ads on the jersey. All right, sorry. I think the circle looks fine on there. We need to make guys. Come on. I need to make money somehow. All right, we're keeping a couple ads on the jersey. You can live with that if the team's free to watch and you got cup holders in the stadium and trough urinals. Good. Yep. See, so this is a family business. My dad, Carl, is a businessman. He'll come in with some business decisions like trough urinals. That's a great one. Trough urinals, right? So if you're getting through the bathroom lines quicker, if you've got cup holders, if the team's free to watch, I think you can live with a couple of Circus Sport fucking logos on the jerseys. All right, we'll all be okay with that. Okay, good. That's how I'm changing things as an owner. And yeah, we're player development. I like what they've done with the facilities. I like that they're updating the facilities. That's great. I'm checking to see what the update is on the 1901 project. I like what they're doing there. Let's make sure that gets going. Let's build like a really nice area around the stadium that like people congregate to. Then when you're back in the playoffs, NHL Network and ESPN and TNT can come bring their desk to Chicago outside the stadium in this nice area where fans congregate and watch the team on a big screen. All right. We're turning the Blackhawks into an integral piece of the city of Chicago. Because it's not, okay? It's not. Even though they had 3 Stanley Cups, more can be done. You can make it better. I don't give a shit about that. I want a kick-ass hockey team. You missed all my stuff at the start of this lecture about what I'm doing for the team. Okay? You already missed my talk about the team, okay? How about let's not raise season ticket prices for ass teams the last 4 years? Oh, yeah, we're slashing that. Yeah. We're slashing that, and how we're making up for it is that the game is free to watch, and so there's going to be more fans, and so more people are going to want to come. All right? We're lowering prices, okay? We're lowering prices, which will result in short-term losses but long-term gains, and as a billionaire, I can live with that because I'm a billionaire, you know? Blackhawks have less optimism than the White Sox right now. We should still be up. There is still reason for optimism. This this didn't hurt. This didn't change anything about what we already have going for us. But it didn't help it very much, especially in the short term. People need to chill. The rebuild is in fine shape. This isn't the NBA. If we are still in this position in 2 years, then yes, it's time to panic. I watched dark years of the early 2000s. We are okay here. I think it's perfectly fair to be really upset about the results from this draft lottery. I think it's really fair to criticize some draft decisions made by this general manager. I think it's really fair to criticize some lack of movement as far as trades, free agency goes. I think it's really fair to criticize free agent signings made previous to last year. The veterans that were brought in like TJ Brody and Alec Martinez and Pat Maroon and guys that just did nothing. I think it's fair to criticize some things, right? I think it's fair to be upset sometimes. I think that's fair. This hasn't gone perfectly, right? This is not. We are not the model of a perfect rebuild in the NHL right now. We aren't. It's pretty fair to look at some other rebuilds and go, yeah, they did this a little bit better than us. Yeah, they did this a little bit better than us. You know? I think everybody in the world, besides Hawks fans, would be saying that the San Jose Sharks are in a better position right now. You know? Especially after this draft lottery. I think that's fair. I think it's fair to say. I think it's, I'm not a terrible fan because I say that. I'm not freaking out. I'm not saying that this team is doomed and is never going to be successful. I'm not saying that. Just now they got their backs against the wall a little bit. There are some really amazing teams in the Central Division that are going to be really amazing for the next 3 or 4 years. You've got some other teams that are emerging around the NHL that are going to be really amazing for the next decade, like Anaheim and San Jose and Montreal. Okay? I think it's fair to look around and compare yourself a little bit and think, what do we need? What do we not have? Hey, at least we have the worst nightmare getting CHGO would say otherwise. I feel like you guys are always like talking shit about CHGO. Every time I tune into that show, I feel like they're being pretty critical. I feel like I see them be pretty critical. Are they really that are they that buddy-buddied with the organization? Are they like glazing Caleb Malholtra right now? Are they live? Are they like talking about how it's good that we got the 4th overall? How far are Hawks going to get in the playoffs with zero defense? Well, I think the hope is that if you're getting to the playoffs next year, it probably means Artem Levshunov and Sam Renzel and the rest of these young D took a step next year. So, and also after trading for Thomas Harley, the defense is going to be a little bit better next year. Just got the email in, was like, is Lee crashing out? Yes, I've been crashing out for the past fucking 2 hours, to be honest with you. Oh my gosh, it's 8:30 already. I'm probably going to wrap this soon. I've been live for a while, and I needed to be. This was an important day. I feel like I have said pretty much everything I needed to. I feel like I've gotten a lot off my chest over these past couple hours. I feel like you guys have gotten a lot off your chest over the past couple hours. There have been some people that have been really mad at me in this chat. There have been some people really mad at the general manager. There have been a ton of people, pretty much everyone, rightly upset about the situation and how the lottery balls fell. I think every single one of you is valid for being upset about that. I'll tell you that much. Sharks, I meant, not Hawks. I agree, but I also think San Jose is not as good as they were this year. A slight regress from celebrating next year, and they are where we are now in the standings. They have no D prospects. Well, guess what? They just got the 2nd overall pick, so they can draft any defenseman they want. Your video yesterday opened my eyes to Malhotra. I really hope the Hawks see the same thing. They're going to draft him. It won't. Who needs Stenberg when Knight will put up a 986? Good show. Thank you. Damn touching moment. You can go, I mean, it's all staying on YouTube. You guys can rewatch these live streams, just so you guys know. I do not delete them. You can go to my live section and rewatch all of them. So You can just watch this as like a 2-hour long podcast of me fucking crashing out on your next commute. You've been a great therapist for the night while we work through this dog shit. If that's got to be my job, that's got to be my job. Wait, San Jose going to draft the D-man at 2? KD better get on the phone. Yeah, I think there's a good chance they take a D-man at 2. I don't know why everyone's acting like it's a surefire lock. They take Stenberg. They need defense. They need help on the blue line. They don't have a very bright future on the blue line. They've got a loaded forward group. You see the Chicklets guys talking about how Matthews just followed Macklin, and they were talking about a trade between them two. Well, Matthews ain't getting traded now because, yeah, Gavin McKenna is going to be his new best friend. Just like that, things change in a blink of an eye for the Toronto Maple Leafs, a team that was looking like they were going to try to do a retool or a rebuild without any assets and potentially without even a first-round pick this year. And because of a couple lottery balls from some greaseball with a ponytail named Alex, they are drafting Gavin McKenna. So it's how shit happens. It's how quickly things turn around in this league. And it's just such a shame. It's like, man, they've been so good for so long and have just not been good enough. Fuck Toronto, man. Fuck Toronto. I'm praying on their downfall. Gosh. Stenberg does nothing for them. Yeah, I think San Jose is going to draft the D-man. But then I would imagine, look, there is a world that Stenberg's available at 4. I'm not going to pretend like there's not. There is, but that can't be the only thing I'm making videos about for the next month and a half, you know? Some good stuff coming out on this channel in the near future, chat. I have this deep dive on Kyle Davidson's draft history that's going to be dropping soon. It's already made. It's just getting edited right now. I'm going to be having Charlie Romeliotis on hopefully within the next week or two. I'm going to be having Barstool Chief on within the next couple weeks. I'm filming a new episode of the program tomorrow with Ovi Clapbomb and B-Hawk memes. A lot of shit coming out. I'll probably do more tape reviews, talk about more prospects like, you know, Belchez and Carrolls and Bjork and some of these other guys. So a lot of stuff coming out. Watch new EP video on McKenna. Watch my video on McKenna if you doubt him. Fuck elite prospects. Watch my video that I put out yesterday if you doubt Gavin McKenna. Literally about as annoying of an outcome as possible. I agree, it is. But it's all going to be okay. All right, we're going to figure it out. This is going to be a winning team. We're going to win Stanley Cups again. It's going to happen. Today set us back. Today hurt. But we're going to figure it out. We will live. We will prevail. All right? We will endure. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, please. If you're on the stream and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Like the stream. I was going to say like the video. And then check out my tape review that I put out yesterday if you haven't yet. Don't watch Elite Prospects. Fuck all of them. Watch my shit. I'm just kidding. You can watch Elite Prospects, but watch my video too and give it a like. I love you guys. Have a great night. Podcast getting recorded tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be up on Thursday or if it'll be up tomorrow night, but stay on the lookout for that. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night.